guess. Alright. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to FF14. I'm giving this a try with my avatar. You may all recall that, well, if you watched my Endwalker playthrough, you may recall that I couldn't run my avatar basically at all during that. But the freaking, graphics update for FF14 actually made it take, like, less resources. Like, I was getting, like, 20 frames per second in Endwalker, and here I am at almost 60 frames a second. So it is nice. Like, I have literally never seen this game run this smoothly. And I kind of love that. Meow. Hi there, kitty cat. Nobody is around today. I don't know why. I figured there would be people around, but I got home and nobody was here, so. But yeah, I figure, you know, we'll give this a try. If it seems like there's problems because of the avatar, because, like, my CPU is running at 96% at the moment, which is a lot. And, like, I could reduce that by probably, you know, 30% or so. You know, by just dropping my avatar. But I'd like to keep it if possible. Now, for the first couple of days of Dawntrail during the early access, I haven't really been doing anything Dawntrail specific. Well, outside of, you know, Viper and Pictomancer. Mostly because there's just been too dang many people on at every freaking moment here. You need level 30 gear. I'll deal with that on my own. I could do that in this episode. Just do the regular. But yeah, during this, you know, period, you know, during this this early access period, there have been a lot of people on, a lot of people doing stuff. I've mostly just been leveling Viper and Pictomancer at the moment. Partially because I didn't want to get into the MSQ itself until I was streaming. So, you know, I haven't been to Tuliyollal or anything like that. So, you know, you can see that the map has not yet changed. So, I'm told that the map is going to change when we go to Tuliyollal. I just don't know in what way. But, yeah, I've been basically just kind of relearning the different classes. You know, trying to make sure that I understand the way that they play now. There wasn't any major upsets in classes, honestly. I think some of the biggest changes were Black Mage is missing a couple of skills that were in here in Endwalker, but like that's not that big of a deal, you know. But they have changed stuff, like Thunder 3 and Thunder 4 are now activated whenever you switch to either Astral Fire or Umbral Ice. In fact, I'm gonna go. This is fantastic. If you open the teleport menu and then you click on the open teleport teleport settings, you can now display by expansion, and it doesn't technically group a Realm Reborn stuff. Like there is a Realm Reborn section that has Mordona and Kurthus Central Highlands, but Thanalan, Black Shroud, and Lanasia are still like split up, which is interesting. But then like all of Heavensward is in one, all of Stormblood is in one, all of Shadowbringers is in one, all of Endwalker is in one. It's really nice, like super nice. I really like the changes they've made thus far. Sorry, I needed my inhaler there. So, you'll see, you know, Thunder is now instant cast. So, like, none of this really has changed. But then you switch, and then you can do another Thunder. And then I can drop 3 fires. And they fixed Paradox! Look at that! Insta-cast! They fixed freaking Paradox. Needless to say, I love the way that they've changed this class. Ooh, 2 bots came in. Like one right after another. How about that? Boom. Oh yeah. They got rid of, what was the skill? It wasn't Shorecast. It was something else. But there was a skill that you could use to make it so that your fire granted you automatic fire 3, or automatic fire 3. I don't remember what it was called, but they did get rid of that. But in its place, I think anyway, yes, Paradox now always gives Firestarter, which is great. So another awesome thing about the changes to Black Mage specifically are that I can go through my normal rotation the way I would normally. And then when I get to the point of casting Despair, I can Mana Font And I mean, you can only do this once every 2 minutes, but you can mana font and get an entire second fire rotation in. Meow. Meow. Like, it's so good, dude. I don't know if I would necessarily say that they fixed all of my complaints with Black Mage. I mean, I'm definitely going to have to get to level 100 to get the new Flare Star ability, which involves the Astral Gauge. But still, the hope is that it'll be awesome. Now, I'm not gonna play through Dawntrail as Black Mage. I don't hate myself that much. But I figure we played through Dawntrail we played through Endwalker as Red Mage because I really like Red Mage. And I wanted to change things up a bit. I was initially hoping I could get either Viper or Pictomancer up to level 90 so that we could play those. Unfortunately, it has been really busy since the early release, and so I have not been able to level that much. Pictomancer is only level 82. Viper is only level 85. So we won't be able to do either of those. At least not immediately offhand. So. Also, can I just say that Faceware is one of the best new features of the game. Like, just straight up. I can now wear hat and glasses. And so I actually can complete this, like, Black Mage look that I really liked, but could never do because I couldn't use glasses. But now I have glasses and hat. And I love that. Now, it doesn't affect every class, at least with the glams that I have, because a lot of the glams that I have still have no, like, head slot item. Annoyingly enough, I actually had to go out and get the Emperor's New Hat glam item because I always had glasses, so I never needed that particular item. But yeah, I have, like, my Paladin is all, like, Valkyrie based. Because both helmet and glasses now. And I think really, unfortunately, those are the only two classes that I actually have, like, head items on at the moment. I am looking for more, like, head items that I can now equip. But I don't really know, where to look for good head items, hats. So, most of my glams do not currently have hats. So I'm only mildly using this, the face gear. One thing that does annoy me, though, is that for Cassandra here, I had originally had the classic spectacles. And there is a classic spectacles faceware item, but I have absolutely zero clue as to how to get it. Everything I could find said that the classic spectacles fashion accessory is in the submarine missions, which I don't even know if there's a way to do that, because I'm not the leader of my FC or anything, so I would just kind of have to wait. But apparently using that fashion accessory will give you the faceware item itself. So, but yeah, otherwise I have absolutely no idea what to do, what to look at to get it, etc. So I'm having to use the oval spectacles, which are fine. I have no issue with the oval spectacles. It's just I really preferred the classic spectacles on Cassandra is all. So, but that's just kind of a nitpick. Oh, one thing that I kind of really love about Ninja now, by the way, is no more Huton. Technically, Huton does still exist. It is a skill that deals fire damage with a potency of 240 to the target and all enemies nearby it. It's essentially an AoE version of Suiton, but Huton no longer increases your attack speed. The increase to attack speed is now just a base aspect of Ninja. It's literally increase attack speed. And so, at level 50, when you're doing raids, you're not spending your freaking one of your 2 ninjutsus to keep up Huton. You just automatically have Huton, basically, now. Which is awesome. It's super nice. Honestly, from what I've seen so far, everything that has been changed has been a benefit. Except for one class. Astrologian. I 100% hate the changes to Astro. Mostly because the way that they did Astro is you get all 4 cards automatically now of either the astral or the umbral, depending on whether you have astral draw or umbral draw, basically. And in order to play them, you have to have 3 separate buttons. Well, 4 if you count minor arcana. And whereas originally you just had the draw and the play button, and that was, on top of minor arcana, so you only needed 3 buttons. Now you need 5 buttons. I did not have 5 spots on my freaking the freaking hotbar here. So I had to do a whole bunch of moving things around and freaking changing a bunch of crap. It was kind of obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie. But it is what it is. But really, really though, I think my only complaint. Well, not true. Summoner is 100% my other complaint. Summoner has had 0 changes. And I hate it. I hate everything about the way that Summoner played in Endwalker. I'm sure it's better than it was. I don't know. I never got over level 30 with Summoner before Endwalker came out. But what I can say is I hate the changes. I hate that it is exactly the same as it was. And that the only big difference is you now get another Bahamut. I hate it. I really hate that we get Phoenix, which freaking destroys your DPS completely. And now we get this freaking Solar Bahamut, which is super annoying. I thought when I was looking at it that the idea was that Solar Bahamut was a mix of Phoenix and Bahamut, and that you were just always summoning Solar Bahamut. But apparently it's like you summon Solar Bahamut, you summon Phoenix, you summon regular Bahamut, you summon Phoenix, and then it starts back at Solar Bahamut. If that is the case, I hate it. If the Solar Bahamut is a mix and it just you always summon Solar Bahamut, then I might not hate that, but otherwise I hate it. So, but it is what it is, I suppose. But yeah, you see, I do Astral Draw. There's no randomness. You know, when I have Astral Draw, it is guaranteed that I get the blue cards. When I have Umbral Draw, it's guaranteed I get the purple cards. And so now I just have freaking 3 different they changed the cards again. Oh my god. I didn't see this. They've changed the cards. Originally, just all of the Astral cards gave a boost to physical DPS. Spire now creates a barrier that absorbs damage equivalent to 400 potency. Arrow now increases HP recovery. Oh my gosh, this is, I hate it. I 100% hate everything about this. And I know that this was one thing that a lot of people were complaining about in Endwalker, was that the cards were all just the same thing. But that meant that you could just drop the cards. All you had to know was blue or purple. This is gonna be stupid, dude. It's gonna be such a pain to keep what is what straight and when to use what. Oh my god. At least your draw now gives you 20% mana back. But frick me, dude. Good grief. I hate everything about it. I hate everything about it. I haven't even played it yet, and I already hate everything about it. Ojika Sunjika has a message for you. Welcome back, Cassandra. I've just had word from Aaronville. Seems he's managed to secure passage to Tuliyollal aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? Should only take a moment. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stick with Dancer, but let's start with Dancer to begin with for now. New map! New map! I'm so excited for this expansion though, dude. Hello? I'm out of yoo-hoos. I love my yoo-hoos, but I'm out of yoo-hoos. I just have to drink the freaking... off-brand Gatorade. Hachika gave us the good news. We've made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Aaronville himself. That said, I have not figured out Pictomancer at all. It makes no freaking sense. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for Tuliyollal. And there will be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Aaronville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in Tuliyollal, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Tuliyollal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of secession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tuliyollal, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsabard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. I really don't have, like, a separate voice for Wak Lamont, unfortunately. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Creel? Yes, as far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet, oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm assuming the City of Gold is going to turn out to be, Solution 9. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the third promise commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. We won't make you Dawn Servant by standing here and talking about it. And I go wheresoever adventure is to be found. That's what they tell me. Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. But yeah, I'm gonna, like, just have to look up a guide. You know, when Pictomancer has been out for long enough for people to know what you're supposed to do. Because I do not understand it at all. And the main reason why is, like, you get your fire in red, you get your blizzard in cyan, and these create, like, combos, right? You get, like, arrow in green and water in blue, and then your subtractive palette gives you access to like blizzard in cyan, stone in yellow, thunder in magenta. And that's all well and good. But the motifs, your palm motif, wing motif, your hammer motif, and the starry sky motif. All of these are instant cast outside of combat, but they are 3-second casts in combat. So I don't know when I'm supposed to be using those in combat. Usually the idea behind instant outside of combat, but like time consuming in combat, is that you use it as like an opener. But these are just straight up like your full-on burst phase abilities. Like, these are the abilities that give you access to like Blizzard and Cyan or Mog of the Ages and things. And I just cannot figure out when I'm supposed to link those together at all. Because they take so long to freaking cast. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. Alright. No Heidelin to meet on the boat this time. I say that because that's what happened in Endwalker, was we met Heidelin on the boat to Charlayan. So, no Heidelin to meet along the way this time. I wonder what will happen on the boat ride this time.
さすがは冒険者。未知の大陸への旅に期待で胸がいっぱいって感じだな。それぞれに自分なりの目的があるにせよ、今回は世界の危機を救う旅ってわけでもないしね。まずはこの冒険を楽しみましょう。
If you haven't been, you know, if this is your first time watching, I play with the Japanese voices because not to, you know, nothing against the English voice actors. It's just that whoever picked them and whoever is giving them voice direction is not great. So
最初から気を抜くなよ。地図上では トラル大陸との間も近く見えるかもしれないが、遭難事件が後を絶たない死の三角海域をはじめ難所も多い。リムサ・ロミンサのメルビブ提督が発見した安全航路があるとはいえ、優雅な旅とは程遠いだろう。
Admiral Blowfiswin was the one, huh? Found the safe route.
私がこっちに来た時は特に何事もなくて拍子抜けだったけどな。だとしてもその航路を通ってきた経験者がいるのは心強いわ。当てにさせてもらうわね、ウクラマトさん、エレンビルさん。お、任せとけ。
はい、そろそろ出航するぞ。
All aboard!
準備はいいか？乗船するぞ。
I have everything I need. All aboard for Tuliyollal.
こうして俺たちを乗せた船は出港した。
Ooh. Aaronville is our
80年ほど前に
narrator.
ケテンラムという一人の冒険者が発見したエオルゼアの遥か西に位置するトラル大陸に向けて。
New world. What? What? I can cat.
待ってろよ親父。継承の儀を勝ち抜いてトライオラの王になるのはこの私だ。
Now hang on, I'm supposed to be the one standing up there. If the cinematic is anything to go by. Because, you know, the Warrior of Light is standing there on in the cinematic. Oh boy. And away we go.
航海は順調か？
ああ、ここまではな。だが海ってのは急に表情を変えるからな。いつ嵐が来てもいいように備えとけよ。
なら今のうちに休んでおくか。
オールドシャーレアンを出てずいぶん経つのに見えるのは水平線だけ。分かってはいたけどトラル大陸は広いわね。
It's a long way. Yeah.
そういえば乗り合わせた人たちの中には何度かトラル大陸を訪れている人がいるみたいなの。継承の儀やトライオラについて話を聞けたわ。
Okay.
まだまだ後悔は続くでしょうから、あなたも聞いてみたらどう？
Sounds like a plan.
この海をおじいちゃんも見たのかしら。
Tuliyollal. Yeah, I've always wanted to see what the if we were, or if, you know, in real life, if you were to like go cross country, you know, like let's say I wanted to go from America, which is where I'm at, over to like Europe, you know, I do wonder what the view would be like. I bet it would be absolutely spectacular, you know, just looking out to the ocean all the way around. I don't know. Maybe one day, if freaking our stupid government ever freaking starts paying me like they're supposed to. Oh, this will be my first trip to Tyrol. Fontaines the name. I was working at Estemes Aesthetics in Uldar, you see. My employment with them came to an end. So I visited Charlayan in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting, and failing, to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn servant welcomes all regardless of origin, so Tuliyollal seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. That is going to be annoying to say for a while. Just because it's such a complex word. Hopefully things will be better this time. Hi, LSA. I feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Figure I might as well talk to the NPCs. They do have dialogue too. Deep breaths? Deep breaths? Poor Lamont. If you spoke with other shipmates, Tyrol is still a good distance away, and might be a pleasant way to pass the time. So originally I was thinking of going Frothgal, as people have been calling it, because I really like the way that Lamont here looks. But the FF14 benchmark came out, and I spent some time playing around with it, trying to make a Frothgal that I liked. And I was just never satisfied with it. Not in the same way that I like the Mikote. So I do have the Fanta that they added to the game, but I haven't used it yet because I don't know if I need to right now. I see you in Eorzea before, you great and famous hero. I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to Tyrol, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warbands have fallen, so we head home to lick our wounds. Ha! Now that's see, this is how you retcon stuff. This is how you retcon stuff, right here. Like, these guys have just been pretending to, you know, speak simpleton. That's how you do a good retcon. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketan Ram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on Tyrol almost 80 years ago. And Mamuzal's leader is said to have welcomed Ketan Ram with open arms, and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Potatoes, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. Tales say Ketan Ram returned to Tyrol several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Maybe he didn't die, though. I've heard Aaronville was looking for passage to Tuliyollal, so I managed to squeeze his party aboard one of our chartered vessels. Fortune would have it, we had just scheduled an expedition to Tyrol. Cool. An adventurer, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports. Eorzean and Tyrali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. The Makote, the Hatsaro, the Hrothgar, the Zibrail. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind. Not because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. Fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. I think I read that wrong. Until this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. Yeah, I mean, that looks like just another version of the thing that we used for Leviathan, so. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession. Your young Wuk-Lamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. Oh, that's passage to Old Charlayan. I thought that was another, layer of the boat. But 'tis not. I can use that to go back. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard that about the clan names. We should have Wuk-Lamat and Aaronville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Loading. Loading times are a little bit longer. Due to the graphics update. So gonna bring myself down here, since I mean this is just the chat, the in-game chat down here, so or look.
船酔いの具合はバカ言うんじゃねえ。この私が船酔いなんざ。
Sure you don't.
ただちょっとばかり気持ち悪いだけだ。それが船酔いって言うんじゃない。
Is that what seasickness is? Yes.
エレンビル、 君もトラル大陸の出身らしいね。ならば向こうにはビエラ族の集落が？
現地じゃシャトナ族って呼ばれてるんだが、主に大陸の北側サカトラルで暮らしてる。
ご家族もそちらに？
Shatona in Dawntrail.
父親は生まれた時からいなかったしな。だが母親は
Oh no.
大丈夫かしら。
Oh
どうや
dear.
ら状況はあまり良くないようだね。私た
Things are not going well for the deckhands, it seems.
後にも先にも俺はあれほど荒れた海を見たことはない。
Whoa.
陸
Yep.
連の船乗りさえもが高波と強風に翻弄され甲板を滑り落ち、そいつを助けようとしたアリ勢までも危うく海に放り出されるところだった。
Oh. Get those barriers up.
片や冒険者は魔性壁発動機をやたらと的確に起動して落雷から船を守っていたな。
Nice. Woo!
普通に
Just
生
in
きてれば
time.
使うことのない代物だと思うが、一体どこで覚えたやら。
Bang! I like these little
も
freeze
ちろんクラ
frames.
マトも救助に奔走していたさ。どっちが良い救助者だかわからないありさまだっ
Poor
た。
Waklamot. Poor Waklamot. I feel so bad for her.
そんなこんなで嵐が過ぎ去る頃、俺たちはトラル大陸を見ずして疲労困憊のありさまだった。今にして思えばこの嵐から俺たちの継承をめぐる冒険は始まっていたんだ。
I am a little surprised that they didn't make that interactive. Just cause like that seems like the kind of thing that you would normally make interactive, you know? It's like, hey, go out and freaking say, alright, it's time for you to freaking go out and activate the things, you know? But they just did it via cutscene, which was perfectly fine. You know, I'm not saying that it should have been. I definitely think that they were able to, you know, tell a bit more story and such better by making it not interactive. I was just surprised that it wasn't, you know? Made it to the storm all right.
おお前 も起きたか。嵐が過ぎたらちょっとは気分がマシになったけど、大地の上じゃないと落ち着かねえぜ。早くトラル大陸に着かねえかな。
Who knows?
見ろ、
It could be right there.
海鳥が飛んでる。
It could be a long way away.
陸地が近いって証拠だ。もう少し辛抱するんだな。
Come here, kid cat.
一時はどうなることかと思ったけど、無事に到着できそうで何よりね。
怪我を負った船員を見てきたけれど、容体は安定していたよ。この分なら彼も大丈夫だろう。
何よりだ。それなら心置きなく小舟に乗り換えられる。トライオラの近海は岩礁地帯になってる。大型船じゃこの辺りまでが限界なんだ。
Ooh. Makes sense. Oh, this is why my headphones haven't felt like they're sitting on my head correctly. Somebody collapsed one of the ears, so it was really... Like, I have it so that each of the sides is extended by, like, I think three notches. And somebody, like, I hadn't even realized that somebody had pushed one of the sides up all the way, so it was completely closed.
なーに、気にするな。それが俺らの仕事だからよ。むしろあれだけの嵐に遭遇して何の被害も出さずに済んだのはあんたらのおかげだ。
At least this time we didn't have to go through a dungeon to get to the freaking new area.
みんな継承の儀で勝つのはあんただって言い始めてる。これじゃ賭けにならねえよ。
But honestly though, like, I really enjoy the first Stormblood dungeon. The, what, Siren Sea or whatever. I think that's actually a really good dungeon. I really enjoy it.
まだ船酔いが。
俺たちで最後だ。他に言い残したことがないなら行くぞ。
Shove off. Let's go. Tuliyollal. There's the music.
青い空と海、そして未知なる冒険。さあ、いよいよだね。
This is the boat that we're standing on top. Yep. This is the boat in the cutscene.
随分と楽しそうだな。
Enjoying yourself for a change? And look, it's the freaking cutscene.
ほら、見えてきたぞ。私たちの新しい冒険の舞台が。
I love that this is just the opening cinematic.
あれが私の生まれ育った大地。そう、トラル大陸だ。
And there it is. Dawntrail. Oh yeah. The hype is real. Yaktaral. Tuliyollal. Heck yeah. Ooh. I'm seeing some lag on my avatar. Not hearing any like breakups in my audio though. So unless people in the stream are like noticing any issues, we're holding out at the moment, you know? It was the cutscene. Yeah.
Sugoi. 多部族国家とは聞いてたけど、本当にいろいろな種族が暮らしてるのね。
あそこにいるのはバネバネ族に似ているけれど、羽の色味が違っているようだ。
バヌ Or at least some kind of
お前
Banu.
らにとっては珍しいものだらけだね。航路が確立してるって言っても、海を越えてやってくるやつなんてほとんどいねえからな。おまけにトライオラには遠洋航海できる船がねえから出ていくやつだって稀だ。
Okay. Yeah, as long as the stream is running fine.
商船に乗ってたまにエオルゼアへ渡っていくぐらいだな。
つまり我々はこの国ではとても珍しい存在だということだね。
ところで勝手に上陸してしまったけれど、入国手続きは必要ないのかしら。へん。お前たちと一緒にいるのが誰だと思ってんだ。
No, there are forms we need to fill out, right? Freaking Creel, all used to the bureaucracy of freaking.
突国からの来訪者のようだな。
Freaking the bureaucracy of Charlayan.
ええ、そうですが。
我がトライオラでは現在、次代の王を決める儀式が行われようとしている。そんな時に怪しい輩が入り込まぬよう目を光らせているのだ。お前たち、何しにこの国へ来た？
悪い悪い。こいつらは私の協力者なんだ。
倉本様、お連れの方々でしたか。大変失礼いたしました。
いいっていいって。仕事熱心な兵に恵まれて王女として頼もしいぜ。
Right? I can see that.
では我々はこれで。
It's like you did your job. So you did great.
へえ、本当に王女様なんだ。どこからどう見たって王女だろうが。
I mean, you definitely look the part more now that you've taken off the bandana and have the like crown tiara thing.
ま、さておき。よく来たな、トライオラへ。お前たちを歓迎するぜ。
Tuliyollal. Man, imagine if they were still being required to keep to like the PS3 stuff. Like, they would never be able to do this. They could barely freaking fit Limsa, Ulda, and freaking Gridania on the PS3. That's why all three of those cities plus Ishgard are like split. Because they could barely put the three together. Well, 4 if you count Ishgard. Yo. Good grief, dude. Look at the size of this place. Oh my goodness. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. New world to explore. We've arrived in Tuliyollal. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlayan. The nation of Tuliyollal. While being on solid ground has improved Waklamat's mood, her stomach appears to be lagging behind. Right then, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of secession begins. No arguments here. She'd very much like to explore. Now, guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We're wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers, then. Followers? Waklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. Third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. For my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Our siblings have a tendency to, command a respectable distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Waklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Cassandra, you and Creel can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate, if you have time enough for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Yeah, let's hope that we're not ether sick, like we were freaking when we went to Thavnair. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Waklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Sure you are. Let me guess. Creel and Waklamat are now following you. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself over the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as you're already here, might as well tell you about the harbor. Erinville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters. which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Dawntrail, the southern landmass. Clans there produce various goods for export. The wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Luke Lamont and Creel are now accompanying you. I told ya. While you are accompanied, you may encounter conversation points along the way, which offer additional topics of discussion. Yeah, I played Endwalker. I know how this works. I know you have to give a tutorial for the first time just because people might skip the story. People might buy some story skips. I'm going up to the Aetheryte first so that I can attune. After that, we'll follow where we're supposed to go. Look at all the people. And this is during the low hours. So now we can start wandering around and looking into connecting the Ethernets and things. Bunger King. Alright, whatever you say. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliyollal's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares goes directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Alright, I should mention that here in Tuliyollal we buy things with Pel, currency that Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept you, Gil. There's also Wachu Meki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. Another place I want to show you first. Next we'll head back a bit, then northward up the stairs to a certain plaza. Can't wait to see the look on your faces. I mean, if you mean the Aetheryte, I already looked at it. I went up there and attuned to it, even. That said, this Aetheryte does look really cool. I mean, this whole place looks awesome, to be fair. What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliyollal? I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Charlayan. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed up to the idea at once, and had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again, and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Dawntrail. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume Post on the way, though. That's the headquarters for the Lands Guard. Do that attuning thing we have done. In the world that I am making, they also have Aetherites. They're called lodestones. But they are equivalent to the FF14 Aetherite, so we have a lot of narrow winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see though, builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Woke Lamont gets her endless endurance. Also, apparently the collision isn't quite matched up. Oops. Interesting. It is for me, but for some reason it's not for Creel. That's so weird. Like, it works fine for me, but Creel is freaking floating. I wonder if it's a Lalafell thing or if it's a follower thing. You know, not saying anything bad, of course. Just, in fact, I find it funny. I think it's hilarious that it's doing that. Wagons. Man, look at this place. This is absolutely amazing. This is so hype, dude. Just being in this freaking place with like its Aztec culture and everything. Like, it's awesome. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. Soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyollal and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Zerail Jah took over as commander. Title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servants in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and LSA should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time to show you the Sky Gate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. Sky Gate! Very impressive. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yak Hoi. Strictly speaking, Tral is actually two separate continents. Yak Tral, southern lands of the mother, and Zak Tral, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass. Long, long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle. And when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. Familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Heidelin and Zodiark. Perhaps it was Heidelin and Zodiark. But getting back to Zaktaral, those lands are also part of the Tuliyollal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tral had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktaral requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits till the rite of succession is over. Promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to that, so I'll make sure you win, mark my words. I wish we could go through there now. I want to go through now. Be patient. I swear that once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. And that is why there's a dude out here for teleportation. Landsguard Gate Sentry. They must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyollal is unlike any other place I visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. City of Stairs. Wuklamat is ready to commence the second half of your Tuliyollal tour. We'll head west next, toward the Arc of the Dawn. Dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliyollal certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now you've seen enough of this area. Let me know and we'll continue on. The Arc of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Wuklamat and Creel are now following, yet again. There are things to see along the way, so I won't just warp to the middle. So, because it looks like the next spot is here at Talonmark. So, Akwalya Plaza, Bright Bloom Propost, Hunu Ili, Dawntrail Skygate, Zorgor the Boundless. Just looking at some of the names for these areas. Talonmark. Talonmark. Still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of the Yakwai Temple. The Giants built it when they were first making the bridge to Dawntrail, to appease the god who slumbers in the Great Ocean Trench. After the Yakwai withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Corridor, the biggest residential district in Tuliyollal. Climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. Ah, we have to go there. We had to go here to start going up anyway. Got it. Oh boy. Just thinking about, like, climbing all of this myself, like, if this were real life, I would die, I think. Like, I can barely go upstairs to begin with. I think I would die. Papa's palace is called Valak Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on now. Whoops. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Guess we'll have to find out from Wuklamat when we come back here. Oh god, and then we would have to go back down the stairs. I just thought of this. Went up those stairs only to now go down these stairs. Ethernet shard. So, this is the Resplendent Corridor. What manner of people live here? Voice cracks. We have residents from all the Dawntrail clans. Mamujal, Zibrail, Pelu, Moblin, Hanu, Moblin. We also have Tana Wauta, Hetsaro, and Shitona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in Dawntrail. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tyrol. A true representation of Tuliyollal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's also beautiful. Glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. Moblin? I will never look at the word moblin like normal ever again. All because of a Legend of Zelda fan movie. The Legend of Zelda fans that made the Sage of Darkness movie, there became a joke, on set where anytime something went badly on the set, it was always because of moblins. A big drum here is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Lance Guard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. Wow. Also, giant drum? I don't actually know what they're referring to. Oh, that all the way over there. I see it. I've never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? Oh, alpaca keep. Oh my. Alpacas. Well then. I did not expect this. Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then look no further. Before we get you saddled up, I'll need to add your name to our register to make things smoother the next time you need a ride. Yeah. I hit the wrong button. Alpacas. The alpacas just made a long journey, so I'm giving them a bit of a rest. That storm really turned up the trails. My four-legged friends are having a harder time than usual. Oop. That is, it looks like the exit into the next zone. Yeah. Alright, so this is where we're at, is Tuliyollal up here. Orcapacha down this way. And then it goes around to Kozama Uka. And then there looks like there's a path from here that goes to Yaktel. Let's look at the world map. Oh my lord. I mean, I figured that's what it would look like, but still. Good grief. Look at how freaking massive this place is. Tyrol, Dawntrail, and Yaktrail. Up here in Dawntrail, we have Ceylani, and that's it. Ceylani. Huh. I mean, clearly, I think, Solution 9 is going to be on this map, too. It's, you know, because, like, look at all the space. They just don't want to show it, you know? Because I'm thinking that the way that they're going to do this is Solution 9 is going to be the City of Gold, quote unquote. And that's going to be the last, like, zone that we go to. At least that's what I'm assuming. So, we will see if I am correct or not. So, there is an Ethernet shard all the way over there, so I should probably grab that after talking to Wukalamat here. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies. You'll only find balloons in Tuliyollal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Etherites. Kana brought back the plans from Charlayan. Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flight to our settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. That's enough about dirigibles. The Ark of the Dawn awaits. Dirigible landing. Cool. So I bet, well, not at the moment. I was gonna say I bet that we'll be able to travel to like other places via dirigible later. Thanks for that. In fact, based off of the map here, it looks like to get to Yaktel, we will have to take dirigible because there is no direct path. There's only this like dotted line, and that's connected to the dirigible space, so. And that is, I assume, the same conversation that we've already had. Ark of the Dawn. There it is. This is it. The Arch of the Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as the Dawntrail Land Gate. But when Papa founded Tuliyollal, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Through the gate is Kazuma Uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kazuma Uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? Alpacas! Meow! Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Creel. You'll learn soon enough. They're like chocobos. forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. They're like chocobos. They can be deadly. That would be my assumption anyway. Because, like, that's the whole idea with, like, chocobos, right? Is that they are, like, very strong and deadly. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliyollal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? A saga in stone. Creel regards the stone pillars curiously. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Great tales of ancient history. That one has no carvings on it. That's interesting. Maybe that's like the current one. Like this will get a carving on it when the story of the Dawn Servant is done. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mumulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right, it follows the exploits of my father, Gulul Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliyollal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliyollal came to be. Study them as long as you like. Oh boy, this is an interesting new mechanic. There's always a new mechanic somewhere. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember the name. You mean Ketan Ram? Ah, that's the one. Ketan Ram's arrival in Tyrol is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It said the two grew to be close friends. Brothers in spirit, if not in blood. No one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Ketan Ram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. The Lay of Reeds. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu in their village of Kozamauka. Ah, the people Elfino almost mistook for Vanu. Not for the colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous, and a lot of fun. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the Moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. Okay, so the Moblins are goblins. Got it. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. Interesting. They're Moblins! This one recounts the lay of repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Zibrail, like me. For decades, the Zibrail and the Mumulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. Ugh. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliyollal. There is a clan of Hrothgar and Boja known as Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens, and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tyrol, Zibrail men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Do the women, let me think of how to word it. Do the women serve as the leaders because men are too emotional and would be terrible at leading? That's I don't know what culture that's actually based on. But that's the excuse that is given in the Liontar culture in Quest for Glory 3. Men can't rule. They're too emotional. I think that's hilarious. It's like, isn't that what, like, America always says? Is like, women can't rule, they'd be too emotional. And it's like, no. That's not quite the way that works. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu, whose homeland is in Urko Pacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuliyollal's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tyrol. Don't let their size fool you. They may be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Lay of Ice. This one is my favorite, the Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tyrol Vidrail, Valigarmanda. I should explain. A Tyrol Vidrail is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Tatera described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valigarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tyrol every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidrail and sealed it away in the Urkopacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valigarmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness in Tuliyollal's national emblem and adorning the banners of the palace. Yep, and I assume that's going to be one of our trials. The Lay of Proof. That big fellow is the Yak Hoi, the largest of Tyrol's people. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yak Tyrol. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northward, setting their sights on Zaktrol. You'll recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopacha. I've never seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? And last but not least, the blank pillar. Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliyollal's history, whatever that might be. Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. Now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. I need this Ethernet shard. And then I think when we go over here, I can just hit Bayside Bevy Marketplace. And I assume that's the last one. So... no, there's a few others that I don't have. Wachumeki Kimeki, Volok Shunsa. Do have this, the forward cabins. Oh, yep. Wachumekeki. Wachumekeki Meki. All the way the frick over there. Ah, and Volok Shunsa all the way over there. Got it. So basically, I technically missed this one because we did go in that direction. And then I haven't hit Bayside and I haven't gone to Volok Shunsa yet. So let's make our way to Zibalyev Thai. Something like that, anyway. Zibalyev Thai. Thai, eh? Let's see how there's the apostrophe between the Y and the E. Have you ever had tacos? They're Tuliyollal classic. Bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them. I like how they're made here at Zibalyev Thai best. I need one right in front of me, right now. Sit downstairs and place an order with old Brook Evu. Tacos. Tacos, 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 tacos. I must have tacos. Seriously though, freaking tacos are one of my favorite freaking foods. I'm not even kidding. Like, legitimately, if I have a chance to go to a taco place, I absolutely will. Brook Evu.
おやっさんの絶品タコスをこいつらにも食わしてやりたくてさ。人数分包んでくれるか?
Only one?
ウクラマと王女のお連れとあらば手は抜けねえな。最高のタコスを作ってやるから
as opposed to the small ones that you normally get. Granted, I'm used to such places like Taco Bell, right? I've only been to like 2 taco places that were not Taco Bell.
団長含め大半が行方不明らしいが。
Silver scales.
戦闘団を立て直すため黄金鏡を探すんだとか。これまで何人があの伝説に挑んで行方知れずになったが、せっかく生きて帰れたってのに無茶しやがるぜ。
こっちじゃ黄金鏡は随分有名なのね。
Golden City.
誰も見たことがねえから実在するのか疑うやつは多いけどな。エレンビルの野郎みたいにさ。
実在するかわからないもののために蓮王自ら調査依頼を出すものかしら。
The City of Gold. I do like that they are going with that.
どっか見晴らしのいいところで食べようぜ。
Like, if you're gonna do America, right, then the City of Gold is definitely one of the things that you've got to, like, touch on in a fantasy setting. Rip our tacos.
これは誰かと思えば王女様じゃありませんか。
Gecko, chameleon, one of the two. Freaking this face. This is the stuff of nightmares, I tell ya. Like, what the frick, dude?
Get.
お前たちはこの辺りじゃ見ない顔だな。
きっとトツ国から連れてきた人たちだよ、兄じゃ。
なるほどな、弟よ。つまり王女様は継承の儀を勝ち抜く自信がないからわざわざ異国人に泣きついたということか。
いきなりご挨拶じゃねえか、バクージャジャ。
バクージャジャ。
おっと、王女様に名前を覚えていただいてるとは光栄ですな。
さすが兄じゃだね。
お前だってバクージャジャだろ。
バクージャジャ the mighty。
王位を争う相手なんだから名前ぐらいは知ってるってだけだ。
じゃあ彼も蓮王の子なの？
いや、こいつは
くだらねえ家族ごっこしてる連中と一緒にするんじゃねえよ。こんな劣等種のメス猫ちゃんと違って俺様は選ばれし相当祝福の兄弟だ。蓮王グルージャジャを告げる唯一の存在ってわけよ。
トライオラは多部族国家だ。どの部族だろうが王になる権利はある。
ならここで試してみようじゃねえか。メス猫ちゃんにその力があるかどうかをな。
I'll kick your butt.
どちらにしても王位に座ることができるのは継承の儀で選ばれた人だけでしょ。
I will legitimately kick your butt. beat the crap out of you.
メス猫ちゃんがちび猫ちゃんにかばってもらってるね。
こいつは傑作だ。ここはいつから猫ちゃんの王国になったんだ？
てめえ。
Seriously, let me fight. I'll kick his butt.
ムージャ族。知識としては知っていたけれど、この目で見たのは初めてだわ。
Let me fight him. I'll kick his
相当
butt.
として生まれたやつの中にはいつか親父のような蓮王になることを夢見てとつ国へ武者修行に出るやつがいるのさ。そっちでも知られてるのはそのせいだろうな。
他にも継承の儀に参加する総統はいるの？
いや、バクエジャジャだけだ。総統ってのはトラル大陸でも珍しいんだよ。そもそもマムージャ族は3つの部族に分かれててな。まずフビゴ族、
The Hubigo.
それとボネワ族、
The Bonwa. The Boonwa.
最後にドプロ族だ。
And the Dawntrail.
茶色い鱗のフビゴ族と青い鱗のブネワ族の間にごくまれに相当のマムージャが生まれてくるらしい。力と魔力を兼ね備えた最強の存在としてな。
だからバクージャジャは祝福の兄弟だなんて言っていたのね。
そんなことよりもう一度タコスを買いに行こうぜ。嫌なことがあってもうまいもんを食えば忘れられる。
What? Link shell.
やあ、状況はどうだい？こちらはめぼしいところを見ることができたよ。これでいつでも継承の儀に臨める。蓮王宮の前に向かえばいいかな。
わかったわ。ウクラマトさんにも伝えておく。
Poor Woklamot. She doesn't even get to eat.
残念だけど、タコスはまた今度にしましょう。
おい。
Poor Woklamot. She doesn't even get a chance to eat. Freaking. She just gets utterly wrecked. It's like, yay, tacos! And they get squished on the floor by freaking, like, jerk Mamulja. Alright, it brought me up here, at least. Haven't attuned to this shard yet. Let's do that. I really don't know that teleporting, like, up here is going to be any closer either. So I'm just going to make a quick jaunt to the other side here. Get this Ethernet shard. And we'll have a little fun with it by running it there as Pictomancer. Nope, that's not going to be the right path. Because Pictomancer gets a nice little 20-second boost skill, which I love. Lets you dash 15 yards. High Tide Harbor. I already did everything there with my peoples. Apparently Rowena's already been here because there was a script exchange over there. Not too surprising that Rowena would, you know, jump at the chance to, you know, get over here. This time I should have just teleported. I didn't even think about that. I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliyollal cuisine, but we should hurry and join Elfino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top. You can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmark if you March, if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city is laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Valak Shunsa. Ah, my poor empty belly. Eat along the way. Seriously, just eat along the way. But yeah, I think should just be able to warp to the Resplendent Quarter. And then we can go over to Valak Shunsa. Also, I am going to be uploading these VODs a little differently from the way that I usually do them, I think. My current plan is I want to break up the VODs into like 1 or 2 hour like segments. The Winged Walk. Now I have Ethernet access to Valak Shunsa. Now I have attuned to everything. Oh. Yo. This is crazy, dude. Thanks for that. Freaking kept the dash move I had done. I just wanted to like get possible like thumbnail material, you know? Like push it over a little bit like this, that way I could have like a logo if I need. Oh my gosh, am I turning into Captain Sparkles? Got a thumbnail! Like, am I turning into Sparkles? It's hilarious because I don't even, like, normally put thumbnails on my videos, on the VODs. There are so many narrow, winding streets. Even if you get lost, all you have to do is keep heading up. You'll arrive at the palace eventually. Saw a two-headed Mimosa on our way here. Another claimant in the right of secession, according to Aaronville. The food is amazing. Passing Mimosa let us try a fruit called cherimoya. That was just sublime. Cherimoya? Do you have a better feel for the city now? I actually don't know what that is. I live in America. Unless it's just a thing from here, but... Made it. Good. And we're all here. Still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri. This contest won't wait for us forever. Again, eat while you go. Upon speaking to Aaronville, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Oh boy. The rite of succession. Aaronville has been waiting patiently for your arrival. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. 'Twas like herding a pair of unruly curls. I understand all too well. Chilean had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home, and to meet with the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Quest accepted. Whoop. Hang on. Estinian is the one fighting.
Estinian? どうしてここに?
っていうか何してるのよ。
なんだお前らの知り合いかうちの親父強そうなやつを見かけるとすぐ王宮に呼んで手合わせしちまうんだよたく困った王様だろ
ということはエスティニアンさんと戦っているのが蓮王グルージャジャ。
And there's the pose from the cinematic.
ここまでだ、とつくにのやり使い。わしの可愛い娘が訪ねてきたみてえだ。それにしてもここまで強いやつと会ったのは久しぶりだ。長生きはしてみるもんだな。
What about me? Can I fight him?
ならいいことを教えてやる。あの女はさらにやるぞ。
Let me fight him.
ほう、そいつは楽しみだ。
まさか君もトラル大陸を訪れていたとは。
東は見たからな。次は西にと思っただけだ。
Off to the west. See what
旅
lies
の理
east.
由はそれで十分か。君らしいよ。
それよりも見ただろう。頭が片方眠っててあれだ。
This is one head dozing. Oh my. I mean, I feel like 2 heads would make it more difficult.
親父もだいぶ年だからな。部の頭は老いてますますって感じだけど、リの頭の眠る時間が長くなってきてるんだ。顔を覆う装具も魔力の回復を促すためのものなんだってよ。
Head of reason, huh?
そんなことよりラマチよ、お前の話を聞かせてくれや。
ラマチ？
ラマチ。
ああ、私の愛称だよ。家族はみんなそう呼んでる。
Hey, it's the PvP theme.
お前もいるなんて珍しいじゃねえか。なあ、エルネ。
お久しぶりです、連王。海向こうではエレンビルと名乗っておりますので、どうかそれで。
ほう。
His name is gonna be important, isn't it?
で、残りの連中はラマチの協力者ってところか。
Not gonna lie, I kinda like Lamachi better than Waklamat, but whatever.
まとめて一戦交えたいところだが、あまり時間がないんでな。すぐに他の継承候補者たちを集めさせよ
う。Head of reason.
なら俺は旅の続きに戻るとするか。じゃあな、お前たち。
Zana. The head of reason sleeps. Very interesting. I hope that means that we'll get a chance to see, like, his full power at some point. Is it gonna be Gecko Face on the other side? Are they the same model? Just with different accessories? Possible. The first promise, Zoralja. Second promise, Koana. Oh, hey! It's a Charlatan dude. Third promise, Wuklamat. And the fourth. Shows the Mamook. I see.
Why わしも年を取って半身である李の頭は眠ってばかり。いい加減連王としての体裁を保てんというわけだ。しかしいかんせんトライオラの王が変わるのは初のこと。どうしたもんかと考えてこの国を起こす前からあった方法を借りることにした。それが継承の儀だ。 もともとはマムージャ族が王を決めるための儀式
Autark
でな。
of Mamuk.
もっぱら相当同士で競ってたもんだったが、わしが起こしたトライオラは他部族によってなる国。二代目の王は相当どころかマムージャである必要さえない。
Hence the reason he's so upset and really wants the throne. Because if he were to get the throne, he would just annihilate and kick out everybody else.
そこで我が実子ゾラージャンのみならず、養子であるコーナとウクラマトにもその資格を与えることにしたわけだ。だがそれだけでは真に全ての部族に機会を与えたとは言えん。故に先の舞踏大会の勝者も参加させることにしたのさ。
それで俺様がここにいるってわけよ。そっちの一つ頭君はビビって武道大会に参加しなかったようだがな。
兄さんはトラルビドラール討伐の任で幽連隊を率いてサカトラルまで遠征に行っていただけ。そうとも知らずに言いがかりをつけるとは。
I like him already.
じゃあ次はお前らが最も気にしているであろう継承の儀の内容についてだ。
Hi, Kitty.
儀式の勝者となって王位を継承する条件、それはヨカトラルのいずこかにある黄金鏡を見つけ出すことだ。
Find the city of gold. It's not gonna be in Yaktaral, though. It's gonna be in Zoktaral.
父上、一つよろしいですか。
おお、なんだ。
黄金鏡といえば、この大陸に古くから伝わる伝説。いえ、誰も見たことがないのですから、もはやおとぎ話のような存在と言えるでしょう。それを探せということは、実在する確証がある
と。ああ、黄金鏡は間違いなく存在する。他ならぬわしがこの4つの眼で見てきたからな。
He's seen the city of gold himself. I see.
本当にあるのか。
この国を起こす前、わしは仲間と各地を旅し、最後には黄金鏡へ至る扉にたどり着いた。お前たちにも同じことをしてもらうが、そこへ到達するにはわしが施した封印を解く必要があってな。あれを持て。
Interesting, interesting. Very interesting. Hmm.
Tuliyollal
Saga.
わしがこの国を起こすまでに歩んだ旅路をなぞれ。その道中にお前たちの器を測る連王の戦者が7人待ち受けている。そいつらの出す試練を超えて奇跡を手に入れろ。7つの石板はその全てに秘跡をはめることで黄金鏡の扉にかけられた封印を解くマグとなるのだ。
つまり戦者の試練を超え7つの秘跡を手に入れなければ黄金鏡に至る扉にはたどり着けない。
Makes sense.
いかにもその通りよ。どうだ、心躍るだろう。
先の舞踏大会といい、季節ごとの狩猟祭といい、ほんと親父はこういうの好きだよな。
もう少し若ければわしも参加してお前たちを蹴散らしてやったんだがな。まどろっこしい真似をと思うかもしれんが王位をくれてやるんだ。これくらいのわがままには付き合ってもらうぞ。
めんどくせえ。相当の俺様を後継者に指名すりゃ済む話だろうが。
ではこれより継承の儀を始めるぞ。
He really dislikes Bakul Zaza.
候補者たちは別室で石板を受け取るのを忘れるなよ。
He really dislikes Bakul Zaza. Real.
ジョーちゃんは確かアマチの協力者だったな。わしに何か。
マチ。
私はバルデシオン委員会の代表代行クルル・バルデシオンと名乗ればお分かりいただけますか。
ほう。
過去にあなたがバルデシオン委員会に宛てた手紙です。残念ながら大半がかすれて判読できませんでしたが、それでもあなたが私の育ての親であるガラフ・バルデシオンに黄金鏡の調査を依頼したことはどうにか読み取れました。そして同封されていたこの耳飾り、わざわざおじいちゃんが来たことを思えば黄金鏡とこの耳飾りには何か重大な秘密があるはず。私はバルデシオン委員会の代表を継いだ身としてそのことを調べに来たのです。何か
悪いが今は何も話せんな。これから黄金鏡を探させようって言うんだ。お前に詳しい経緯を伝えれば継承の儀の公平性が崩れちまう。
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
だが全てが終わった後、次期国王となった者にはありのままを話すつもりでいる。そんなに知りたければラマチを勝たせることだな。
わかりました。それでこそバルデシオン委員会の一員ですから。
Very
話を聞いてくださって
exciting.
ありがとうございました。
の時の赤子がずいぶん頼もしく育ったじゃないか。なあ、ガラフよ。
Oh boy. Hype. So we've got to follow the path assigned to us through the tablets to find the way to the Golden City.
今さらこんなことを言うのもなんだが、本当に来てよかったのか。
Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. I don't even need to read the message to know that was bot. I mean, like, I read the first, like, 6 lines, and I was like, that's bot. Bye-bye.
一応同意の上とはいえ、無理やりじゃなかったかと思ってな。オタクは黄金鏡に釣られた口かもしれないが、これは王位をめぐる戦いで、いろんな思惑が絡んでくる。もしも手を引きたいと思うなら、俺が取りなすから遠慮なく言ってくれ。
生きていく、それが人の答えだとして、それまで好きに歩いてみればいい。旅の終わりは明日への一歩。道はまだ続いてるんだからさ。
Want to see where this journey leads. Made my decision, and I mean to see it through. That said, there's a lot of NPCs here, and the game is lagging.
なら、俺がとやかく言うこともないか。
Like, I don't know what frames I'm at, but I would say probably no more than 15.
ただのガイド気分じゃいられなくなったことだしな。
出てきたぞ。ゾラージャ様だ。
It's the first promise.
すごい迫力だ。お父上をもしのぐトライオラ随一の武人と言われるだけある。ゾラージャ王子、我が村では例外により作物の実りが少なく、子供たちが上をしのぐこともできないのです。あなた様が時代の王となった暁には、どうか我が一族に新たな領土を。
サレージュ、
どうかご安心を。殿下は蓮王の血を継ぐ奇跡の子。きっとあなた方の思いに応えてくださるでしょ
う。Not, promising him anything.
トラル幽連隊を率いる隊長でもある。
Just telling him, hey, we've heard you.
宮廷剣士サレージャー。あいつの言う通り、蓮王グルージャジャとゾラージャ王子は血のつながった不死でな。
剣士の彼が言っていた奇跡の子というのは、
相当として生まれてきたものはこうなせない。それが通説だった。
Mamulza, two-headed Mamulza
にも
are
かかわらず
infertile.
ゾラージャ王子は生まれてきた。ウの頭の形にリの頭の鱗を持ち合わせてな。だから奇
Interesting.
跡の子ってわけだ。
ずいぶん寡黙なようだけど、とんでもなく腕が立つってことは一目で理解できたわ。
剣の腕前は連王譲り、それどころかすでに勝っているとの評価もあるほどだ。ゾラージャ王子はその武勇を頼みに領土拡大のため外界に打って出ようとしててな。彼とそれを支持する連中は外政派と呼ばれてる。
Interesting.
トライオラの平和を維持したい穏健派のウクラマトとは正反対の思想ってわけだ。
Right.
シャーレアンを立つ前、ラストスタンドでウクラマトが話してた大いにつけちゃならないやつってのはあの人のことさ。
I thought I would have assumed it was the other guy.
クルルさん。
言葉の壁を越える力でゾラージャ王子の意志が感じられたの。深い闇のような底知れなさと炎のように激しく揺らめく思いが、正直に言って怖いと感じてしまったくらい。
I'm gonna do this because holy crap is everything lagging real hard. I might be able to bring the avatar back, once there aren't 3,000 NPCs on the freaking screen.
あなたが王様になったらまた作ってほしいですね。気球や鉄道みたいな便利なものやりやすくなりますから、私らの商売が。
ペルペル。
年寄り連中は文化が壊れるなんて言うけどさ、俺たち若者からしたら凸国の技術は興味深いよな。
ういうい、コーナ様の知識と技術があれば間違いなく勝てますよ、この継承の儀。
すみませんが、継承の儀は始まったばかりです。ご要望は王位に着いた後に伺いますよ。では、
He's a machinist, by the way.
相変わらず
Got
淡
that
白
gun
だ
on
な。
his back.
実にコーナ様らしいじゃないですか。合理的で。
ペルペル。
あの人がシャーレアン魔法大学に留学してたという第二王子のコーナ様だ。
言われてみれば、あの顔は何度か校内で見かけた気がするわ。トラル大陸出身、それも王族だなんて気づかなかったけど。
無理もない。素性を隠すために装いを変えた上でエオルゼア風の偽名を名乗っていたからな。
Yeah, this getting rid of the avatar pushed me from 100% CPU down to 50% CPU. So that definitely did help.
この町の気球は彼が持ち込んだ技術で作られていたのか。それに鉄道とも聞こえたが。
あの人が目指すのは留学中に知り得た技術でトライアラを発展させることなんだ。だから革新派と呼ばれてる。ああ見えて義妹であるウクラマトとは仲がいい。まるで本当の兄弟みたいにな。
Well.
当主の諸君、見送りご苦労。何を怯えている？俺様は連王と同じ総統だぞ。総統が為政者となるのはこの国が起こるより前からのマムージャ族の伝統。雑魚どもを蹴散らして証明してやるぜ。お前らの上に立つべき存在が誰なのかをな。
I hate him already.
かっこいいよ、兄ちゃん。
Bakuzaza the Mystic. I hate him already.
大半のマムージャ族はトライオラで平和に暮らしてるのに、総決の教えの人たちだけはまだ。
相当バクージャジャ、先に行われた舞踏大会の優勝者、王族以外だと唯一継承の儀への参加が許された男だ。
In that scene where it like swooped by and there were all of the NPCs on screen there, FF14 pushed my CPU all the way up to 80%. That's insane.
もう自分ないが見ての通りのやつだからな。支持してるのは一部のマムージャ族くらいさ。
王位を継いで何をするつもりなのかしら。
政策やら何やら王になった後のことなんて深く考えてるとも思えないが、あいつが王になったらマムージャ族が支配階級となり、他の種族が従属を強いられるのは確実だ。
Yep.
つまりあいつも王につけちゃならないやつってわけね。
Another that cannot be allowed to rule. And everybody's leaving already. And I was gonna say Wak Lamont hasn't even stepped out yet. And everybody's already leaving.
ただ我らが望むのは一つ。トラル大陸らしく、私たちらしく平和に生きること。
グルージャジャ様が作り上げたこの国をどうかお守りください。
ああ、任せとけ。みんなの願いのために突っ走るからよ。
トライオラが起こる80年前までこの大陸は戦が絶えなかった。その時代を知ってる年長者を筆頭とした平穏な暮らしを望む者たちがウクラマトを支持してるわけだ。
悪い、待たせた。こっちはウバのナミイカだ。私にとっちゃお袋みたいな存在だな。いいって言ってるのに見送りをするって言い張るもんだから連れてきた。
皆様、ウクラマト王女のことどうかよろしく頼みます。
あら、ウクラマト様も継承の儀にご参加されるの？
王族からはゾラージャ様とコーナ様だけだとばかり。お二人と比べてウクラマト様は実績がないから。
部ではゾラージャ様やバクージャジャにかなうわけもないし、知識でもトツクニ帰りのコーナ様にはね。 とても継承の儀を争える器には思えないわ。
いいさ。兄さんたちと比べて劣ってるのは私が一番よくわかってる。
あら、私はウクラマト様がお兄様方よりも劣ってるだなんて思ったことはありませんよ。それぞれの王子が何かに秀でているように、あなた様にもあなた様にしかないものがあります。ずっとそばで見てきた私が言うのですから本当ですよ。
ナミカ、ありがとよ。じゃ、行ってくるぜ。
ええ、あなた様が大いにつくことを信じてお待ちしております。
Oh boy. Varianos Melfon logged in and logged out several times. Good grief. Good gravy. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliyollal saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We can check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea, let's go and take a look. The studium has been added to the Unending Codex. Ooh. They are adding more to that, which is cool. I have to remember where the frick that is at. I think it was in duty. It's in collection. I don't need the Mogpedium, so I'll go ahead and swap it out for the Unending Codex. I don't know what I'm trying to do there. Unending Codex. The Studium. True to its reputation as the cradle of knowledge, Charlayan is home to numerous private study halls and schooling facilities. But it is the prestigious Studium which represents its foremost institution of learning. The Academy opened its doors in the year 432 of the 6th Astral Era, and for over 1,000 years has established a history for producing accomplished archons and contributing to breakthroughs in every academic field. While initial classes found on the formal study of the arcane, the occult, and astromancy, it was from these subjects that etherology, the exploration of magic's fundamental theory, was derived. This signaled as the beginning of a more diverse curriculum, the main trunk branching out to include mundane fields such as the natural sciences of astronomy and biology. These were joined by the social sciences, law and economics, the humanities, philosophy and history, the formal sciences, mathematics and statistics, and the applied sciences, alchemy and medicine, and more on the spectrum of learning. Not all facilitators are of equal size, however, with such professors teaching only a handful of pupils. The situation is exacerbated by compound disciplines such as somnautics, combining the study of etherology, sorcery, and medicine, the introduction of which leads to no few students transferring between faculties during their academy career. Now, unburdened by the threat of the final days, administrators have seized the opportunity to enact changes. Studium's post-Exodus limitations on accepting foreign students has since been lifted, and hopeful young scholars now converge on the city from every corner of Aetheris. Cool. I do love this. I do love the idea of having a book that you can look at and be able to see all of the different info and things. The game I'm working on, I actually have been trying to add such a thing. I'm really glad that you can, jump and not die when you're in capital cities, no matter how tall no matter how high the drop. Because I would have died if not for that. But I do think, just because I don't really know when people are going to be around today. Plus, I only really got a couple of hours of sleep last night because I had to be up so freaking early. I think once this quest is over, I'm probably gonna end the stream so I can go back to sleep. That makes everyone. Wuklamot, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Because I am really tired. Everyone has a tablet. Let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest of differences. Alrighty. Am I examining a specific thing, or is this just cutscenes? I mean, the swords are golden. I've noticed that each tablet has a little bit of extra gold on it. I noticed that the first time they showed them. Unless I'm missing something, the glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? The Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrell's people, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. And we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tuliyollal saga. The events the glyphs portray. Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. I would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season, and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold. That one involved the Pelu Pelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm we passed through at sea. Apparently, it ravaged Dawntrail several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eorzea's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest we spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Well, it'd be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. So down here to the cabins area. Figured this place would be coming up at some point. That's right, the reservation is under Waklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third province. Once you've finished organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Zebeliev Tai. So I'm assuming this is our inn, basically. Greetings, visitors to Tuliyollal, and welcome to the Ford Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. Wait at the designated location. Nice. I like it. I like it. Oh, and it's the first cabin, too. This is really cool because you can see like all of the other cabins too. And you can sit. But the most important feature of any video game is the ability to sit. I say this despite the fact that you cannot do so in the game that I'm working on. I have no way of programming something like that. I assume this is, yes, this is the spot you can sleep at. There's always a there's usually a place where you can doze. And you can switch between poses. All the poses are adorable. Not gonna lie. I like them. This is definitely gonna be a place that, like, I'm gonna come to and end up like taking screenshots and stuff, I bet. Just because this is a really nice place, I'm not gonna lie. I legitimately don't need either of these. Now that's a fancy outfit. Snow cotton coat of aiming. That is a very fancy outfit. I don't think that works for me. Meanwhile, these are the chakram that we get here. Nice! Blades! I think these do something similar. Maybe not? No, these don't do anything like that. The Manderville ones do. Where they like pop out a blade around them. This is just what these look like. So that's cool. I don't know that I'm gonna bother keeping either of them for glams. I'm really happy right now with these. So, and also, I mean, if I really wanted to have a wild glam, I could buy I could just use the actual chakrams that I have. The Mendervillus or whatever. Mendervillius. Yeah, I think this is actually a good spot to break at. You know, I don't know how much further this quest has, but I am, like, really tired. Not gonna lie. I had to get up way early, so... And also, it seems like people are showing up, so... I think this is a good spot to end it. I'll see what I can do to maybe try to lower some CPU like issues, maybe, if I can, for next time, but we will see how that goes. So with that, I guess I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.